Hello everyone, this is Mark Arroyo. This is going to be just something really quick. I have to get this off because I just literally got this news. But Kentaro Miura, author of Berserk, has passed away at age 54. Kentaro Miura is undoubtedly one of the greatest authors, not just in manga but authors period. Like he's like on some William Shakespeare type of stuff for me. And to see him pass away unexpectedly, like I literally just got the news like probably like a couple of minutes ago, is really such a downer. So if anybody watches this who is familiar with Berserk or the anime or the movies, toys, artwork, and you are familiar with it or a fan of it, I'm grieving with you. That man literally changed my life in a matter of a year. I'll delve it deeper into it next week because I will be making a video on Berserk. By far, I will make a video on Berserk because this story literally changed my life. Literally changed my life. Like I said, this is gonna be short, but I'm gonna just keep it short. So yeah, rest in peace to Kentaro Miura. You are an absolute legend. God rest your soul. And yeah, man, I love you. Berserk is the greatest story ever made.
Just look. Hard to tell, isn't it, which is mother, which is daughter? Because this young mother knows how to stay young. Part of her secret is Instant Pet, the wonderful new milk without fat. And I've asked her to tell you about it.
Well, frankly, I don't want to get fat, but I do want to feel good. And Instant Pet has things like protein and vitamins that help keep me feeling wonderful, but none of the high-calorie fat.
But you forgot the best part, Mom.
What's that?
It tastes good.
Oh, that was uncomfortable to drink on camera. What happened to Got Milk? Milk has been a forever staple in households since pretty much forever. Kids drank it on their way to school. It was in cereal. There was a thing called the milkman. Milk was and still is the epicenter to a lot of people's lives. But its reputation began to give way and slowly diminish when the rise of soft drinks like Coca-Cola and Pepsi were seen as more exciting and enticing, with packages that would sell merchandises and prizes as well. Executive Director of the California Milk Processor Board, Jeff Manning, witnessed the decline in overall sales of milk consumption, not just in California but in the entire country. So he hired two people called Jeff Goldby and Rich Silverstein to aspire to make milk great again in society's minds. Jeff and Rich were the two main key players in the origin of the Got Milk campaign, and when they had early meetings on what they decided to want to do and what their plan was, they invited a colleague named Tara Winkler to brace off ideas and to write down notes for upcoming commercials that they want to do, and she asked the question, "What do you want to call it?" Jeff responded by saying, "I don't know. I'm thinking of calling it something like Got Milk with a question mark on it." During those early meetings, Jeff Goldby imagined early designs and ideas for commercials for Got Milk and even wanted to add this crazy little bonsai tagline at the end of every commercial. These early ideas began to seed in the approach of the Got Milk campaign, which is deprivation marketing. And deprivation marketing is when you don't just sell the product to consumers, but you make the consumers feel guilty if they didn't have it. So in those early commercials, they didn't want to portray the obvious nutrients and benefits of drinking milk, but they wanted to prove the overall consequences of not having milk in certain particular situations. Just a quick side note. Ads, if you may or may not know, affect our society in a lot of different ways because it broadens people to a huge amount of audiences and establishes a product that you may or may not need at the time. Ads build up a desire to purchase a product, which brings in more money for the company and then builds up the economic status of our country. Ads provide information, they persuade you and influence your decision making. Ads affect a lot in this grander scheme of things. Now back to the story. Remember, deprivation marketing is not a strategy that matters whether or not a product is good for you. What matters is that no food would taste as good without it. So to test that theory, Jeff, Rich, and Steele designed an experiment where they dumped out all the milk in the office refrigerator and installed cameras in the refrigerator to witness the frustrations and angers of the employees who had to drink their coffee without milk in the morning. And once their experiment was proven right and they had got all the right conclusions, they started to get ready on the campaign. They got started working on early commercials in 1993 with its first commercial called Aaron Burr, directed by young Michael Bay, where a man loses an opportunity to win lots of money when he knew an answer to a question on the TV screen but couldn't answer the phone clearly because he had ate a dry peanut butter sandwich with no milk. The commercial ended with the classic low baritone voice,
"Got milk?"
After showing the heads of the company the commercial, they did not like the commercial ending with the "Got Milk" tagline at the end and decided that they wanted to remove that at their commercial. Silverstein stood his ground and said this about the encounter. There was a big fight in the agency at the time between the other creatives and me and Goodby. They said, "You old farts, you can't say 'got milk' at the end." And we said, no, you have to say it. Goodby and Silverstein won the dispute, and the "Got Milk" tagline stayed at every single commercial at the end. My favorite personal Got Milk commercial is called Heaven or Hell, and you can search it up on YouTube after this video. But the tone and the overall atmosphere and the black comedy and the humor in the commercial really signified the overall epitome of the Got Milk campaign and changed the way TV commercials were seen till that day. Ads or commercials like these put the viewers in a compelling storyline that lasted only about 1 minute, but it was the most engaging, compelling, and most satisfying 1 minute video that was funny, left you laughing, entertained, and craving for milk.
Oh, dude, you're drinking cum powder? Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
After the immediate success of these commercials, Jeff Manning decided that he wanted to try to license the slogan "Got Milk" into food brands like Oreos, Cheerios, Girl Scout cookies. But then, later on in 1995, another milk loyalist company, the Milk Processor Education Program, decided that they wanted to promote milk in a hip way as well, which eventually became the iconic Milk Mustache campaign that composed of print ads with celebrities, the earliest one being the supermodel Naomi Campbell. Milk Pep's objective was to make milk more mainstream again and not seen as something that was bland and stale and only promoted through a cardboard box with a cow on it. They instead wanted to give milk more flavor in the public eye with fresh, recognizable faces, and also with the now licensed slogan from Goodby and Silverstein, a hip catchphrase, "Got Milk," and the rest was history. This campaign exploded in the 90s and early 2000s, with high-known celebrities being willing to take their photographs taken and even viewing it as an honor to have their photographs taken. They had people like Harrison Ford, Britney Spears, The Simpsons, Dennis Rodman, Kermit the Frog, Serena and Venus Williams, and even Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the greatest photographers of all time, Annie Leibovitz, captured 180 ad pictures for the company and made sure that she was the only one who captured those photos. Hell, they even included celebs who were non-milk drinkers like Whoopi Goldberg, who was absolutely huge around that time and was interested in joining the campaign as well. Athletes like Dwight Howard had a connection with milk and wanted to join because he drank it a lot as a kid, and he wanted to inspire kids who viewed him as an inspiration to drink milk just like him, and you could one day be exactly like him in the future. However, as time passed, while the Milk Mustache campaign was innovative, fun, and simple, it didn't really increase the overall amount of milk consumption in the country. According to a report by CoBank, over a 30-year period from 1970 to 2010, milk consumption has declined nationally from 28.6 gallons to 20.9 gallons. Even in California, where the dairy industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, milk sales are dwindling. That milk consumption continues to go down is not a fundamental problem with marketing, he says. It's a change in how America eats and drinks. white milk just doesn't play the role it used to play. It's a shame and kind of disappointing that it ended this way, because I remember in second grade where I would go to the cafeteria and I would see a huge posters of Got Milk ads all over the window walls, and I would see the celebrities I watch on TV just casually drinking milk, and thinking to myself just how casual and just how hilarious it is to me, just seeing these big posters of celebrities drinking milk and just saying Got Milk at the end of it. But the huge main thing that not many people think about when in terms of Got Milk is that the big main excitement and hype for it was mainly because of the excitement for who was going to be the next celebrity, who was going to be on the poster, who was going to be the next one that's going to be on it, what's the next celebrity, how big is she going to be, how big is it going to be, things like that. And when the overall focus is things like that, then the main goal and mission of this whole thing, even starting, just begins to dwindle down lower and lower in terms of relevance. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called celebrity branding or endorsements. And it's been going on since as far back as we can remember, the 50s, 40s, and it's worked on things like food, shoes, clothing, whatever you could think about. I mean, last year, Travis Scott had you guys ordering a regular quarter pounder burger with fries and drinks and a Sprite, and you all felt for it because it's Travis Scott. He's a big person in music. He's a big celebrity, and he branded himself literally everywhere around McDonald's, and everybody fell for it. The memes, the jokes, we all remember that. A big lesson that I learned during the research of why Got Milk and what happened to Got Milk and why it sort of fell down relevancy is that celebrity branding or endorsements, or just having a celebrity being the main face of your company or your product, isn't going to always work. It works around 90% of the time, but it doesn't always work. I remember when I was searching this back in 2009, Chris Brown had a deal with Got Milk, but they had to end it because the whole beating up a Rihanna thing. And this is some old shit, but back in 1989, Madonna had a deal with Pepsi, and she was ahead of that. But after the whole a prayer video and the controversy around that, Pepsi lost money and they had to end her dealings, or the dealings with Madonna. So celebrities being the face of products or endorsements or just everything that we see doesn't really work in the long run. An article that I found on the internet when I was researching for this video, link in the description box below, talks about the advantages and disadvantages when a celebrity overshadows your brand entirely. Consumers may focus on the celebrity but not the product. This is a particular danger when celebrities endorse multiple products at a time. David Beckham endorses a number of companies, which feature him prominently in print advertising. However, his image as the focal point of advertising devalues many products. Do you remember the brand, or do you remember David Beckham? Got Milk eventually ended in 2014 and was replaced with Milk Life. And obviously Milk Life isn't going to replace the original and authentic vibe that was its early predecessor,
Got Milk.
That was the end for this video. Thank you so much for watching for the entire video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and post the notification bell for whenever I upload. And whenever I upload, that's on Fridays at noon. It never changes. So Friday at noon, there's always a new video. So yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys then. This was Mark Arroyo. Farewell.